up, everybody? It's the Lyrical Apostle, and this is the Lyricism of Life. This is episode 2, and I want to welcome you all. Because this is going to be a great topic, a great subject for tonight. If you are married, if you desire to get married, or if you just got married, then you want to get someone in here to listen with us and journey with us tonight. I want to have Babe on, so I'm excited. I feel like I'm on date night. So definitely invite someone. Put it in your stories if you can. I'm still learning Instagram, but definitely get ready to hear some really real topics. Hello everybody. I love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. We're going to make this go worldwide, because I believe that when you have something to talk about and when you have something to share, that you shouldn't keep it to yourself, because someone else can benefit from what you're dealing with or your life story. So get somebody to come in and join us, because we're going to have a great time. How is everybody tonight? Get some hearts up in there in the live. Let everybody know that you're here with us. Let everybody know that you're representing. Shout out to Yah Squad, Bet Hashem Yahweh. Shout out to Dr. Apostle Chris. I just want everybody to know that we're going to have a great time. So, babe, click the link to join. So how is everybody doing tonight? Hope we got a whole lot of couples in here, because the couples are definitely going to be blessed. And like I said, everybody who's believing Yahweh for their mate is going to be blessed as well. We're going to do this big. And definitely share with other people, even after it starts to stream on Spotify, because we're streaming on different podcast sites. So that is exciting. Yahweh is blessing us. We're doing great things. So I'm just waiting for Babe to request to get in live so that he can join us. Okay, there he is. Give it up for the Bishop of Hip Hop. Hey, Babe.
I can't see me. Oh, I can see me now. I can see me now. Hey, Babe.
Hey, Babe. I feel like I'm on a date. So just shout out to everybody who's on watching, because I told everybody to have a great night. We're going to talk about real subjects, real issues, and it's just going to be a blessed night. So everybody.
Well, hey everybody, I was fasting from my phone today, so I haven't had my phone today, but it was fun. But I'm happy to be on. I'm happy to be on Babe's show. What's up, big dogs?
Oh my goodness!
So, you know, I'm really excited about what's taking place. I'm excited about all of us following in our paths and our words, and I'm looking forward to greater take place, and especially keeping up Elder Vernon's whole family up in prayer.
Yes,
as we travel by faith, you know. We travel by faith, and
yes,
carry out what the Heavenly Father has. So how you liking your show?
I'm loving it. And what I love most about it is it's out of my comfort zone. So, you know, I just go by faith, and I just go as I feel my heart.
You got new earrings on.
No, these are not new. You bought these before.
I think I bought everything you got on. That hat. I think everything you got on. That hat was expensive.
I know.
That hat has to be over 11 years old, and that hat was like.
Still looks good. It still looks good.
Like $900.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so you guys know I always like to come on and start with some nice music. So, Babe, I wanted to play this because you're coming on.
Oh, you let music take up my time?
No, it's not like that.
Go on, DJ.
It's not taking up your time.
I want to give you your electronic turntable, so you could do a little bit of that too. You know.
Nice. Hey, here's something else the bishop then told me to do. So guess what, you guys? More faith, more works.
Hey. I'm about to go away, so I'm gonna be gone for 2 days. So.
Well, that'll make me cry. Let me just play this song real quick.
I don't want you melting on air.
What?
I don't want you melting on air.
It's connected now. This is for you. but this song, I had a good time writing it for you. So I just wanted to share it as part of our introduction song. Y'all ready?
I'm ready.
Babe, I love you very much. This is a special gift. You hear it now?
Babe, I love you very much. I heard that part. Yeah.
I stand as your number one fan, and no, I'm not ashamed. Never had my father's, but you gave me your daddy's name. You're the ink to my pen, you're the thing to my songs, so the signature on my heartbeats. Pernell strong, we asked Yahweh for a baby, then he gave us 4 junior deacons, become apostles. Couldn't ask for more, though we didn't have boys, had 4 beautiful queens. Now this is royalty, Pernell dynasty. Our destiny was handcrafted by Yahweh himself. Our legacy is victory, our purpose is our family. So grateful because Papa P taught you responsibility to love us unselfishly. Amazing is your loyalty, your mama smiling endlessly. It's truly sweet. Through that they gave you strength, now your mission stamp complete. New chapter begins, a new story is told. You're the bishop of hip hop, your new mission unfolds. This has been foretold and sketched by the Holy Spirit. And every Monday night we will wait to hear it. 3 months, 6 months, Jubilee time to get it. We're the people of the mud, there is nothing that we're fearing. It's party time, let's celebrate because we're winning. It's like hitting that home run in the 9th inning. This is the day that Yah has made. Let us rejoice and be glad. It's Bishop's 54th birthday. Let's get it.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yay!
That's something
That was for your birthday, but you know, that was last year's birthday. But
that's good.
It still rings true. So let's get into the show. I'm excited to have you here. I don't know if you could tell, I'm smiling ear to ear. But I want to talk about our journey in our marriage, because I don't think a lot of people understand what marriage is and what marriage is all about. And I know because I didn't start off knowing what marriage was all about. You know, I didn't always desire marriage, but when I met you, that was the first time I ever desired marriage. So that was
Well, that comes from hurt, you know. That comes from hurt. That comes from a past of hurt, a past of pain, and also comes from not having a father in your life. I think, like our girls talk about marriage all the time. I think when you come from a positive household where it is a reality and not a dream, you live it. It's different. I remember one of the conversations I had with my dad. I said, Daddy, you can't be cussing in the house. My kids don't grow up like that. I said, me and my wife, we don't even argue. He ain't telling me nothing new. I grew up with a bishop. You ain't telling me nothing new. And I'm like, I'm not telling you nothing new. Why you treat my home different? You know? But I think what we were talking about earlier is I didn't know we'd be talking about it here. We're talking about how some women their husbands are their girlfriends.
Right.
And so they have the communication, but they don't have the other thing, you know?
Right.
So you need both, you know?
Yes.
What I would say is it's very important to be best friends. And I always, whenever we get into disagreement, sometimes I'll tell you, you don't know why I married you. So why would you ask me why did I marry you? Because you don't know.
I don't know. I thought I knew, but I want you to tell the world.
Tell me why I married you.
You married me because you were pretending to play hard to get. You wanted me all alone. That's number one. But why you said you married me was because you said no one can love you like I can love you, and that's how it made you feel.
So and that's the uniqueness in a relationship. You want to marry someone that no one is going to love you more than that person, and you know that that gives you. We've never had an argument over love.
Right.
We've never had an argument over love, and the thing is that we've never had an argument over love, and but then again, I'm competitive too. So I mean, I want to. I would take everything to a whole new level, but I think whenever a mate is questioning the other mate's love, your defense can't come back. Why I'm loving you. That's not a defense. That means there's something you have to change.
Right.
So that means that there's something you have to change. So I think it begins with those conversations. Then there's a lot of people that say I don't like to argue. Well, I don't like to argue either. Actually, I'm gonna be honest with you. I can't talk when I'm wrong. So, but the thing is, love shouldn't be an argument. It should be, okay, this is what we fix, and so forth. I think that's the only thing that gives mental stability. And then I was meditating on this too. I was meditating on this when I was shaving. I was meditating that, people who battle suicide, it's a mental health issue. And when I was meditating on, when I tried to kill myself, that was something that I meditated on for I think I meditated on at least a year, maybe a year and a half. And I never knew that until I was shaving downstairs. So what I was meditating on was, whoever is battling anything like that should seek help, because I was battling that for a while, and so forth. But I would say this, and it goes back again with how you receive love. I think a lot of times when we don't get our way in love, we turn to anger.
Wow.
And then
Yes.
Sometimes our anger will become a form of self-destruction. And I see that a lot of that when I counsel married people. They'll become angry, and through their anger, they will attempt suicide to their marriage. And the suicide to their marriage is that they're angry, but it's something they've been meditating on for a while. So I think you have to marry your best friend. You have to marry someone you can communicate with. Tell your I don't know why my phone, what your hopes, your fears, and so forth. That's very important. But for me, my marriage is my safety net. It's my safety net, and so forth,
Right.
and
Right.
that's important. And then another thing is, we don't come up against one another's dreams. Excuse me.
Right.
We don't come up against. We all have our independent dreams. I think we were talking earlier. I was like, I couldn't imagine you like, oh, why do you like stupid cars, or why do you have those statues in your office, or or if we got into an argument, you start breaking stuff. Oh my goodness.
I think I'll have to find a new place to live.
No, let's not talk about that. But to me, that is literally scary. And it's scary because it's like, I don't want to do something bad and give you ideas. But to me, marriage should be safety. And you represent my safe space, and so forth and so on. I mean, I like to joke around. I mean, I've lost so many friends joking around, but I can always joke on you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's obvious. I mean, come on, you come on the whole doggone podcast, call me Big Draws. What you gonna do?
Joke. I was gonna come on saying, hey.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
It's a cartoon, babe. But I thought I was practicing that in the mirror.
Babe?
When I got out of the shower, like, hey. I was thinking out there. Yes. Yeah, I really was.
So let me talk about this, because I mean, you hit a lot of the key bullet points that I have here. Just in conversation.
When I told you to have a game
Yeah,
plan.
yeah. You like you
Well,
going down
I
my
think
list.
the difference is, okay, because I do this for a living, I don't
Right.
need a game plan.
I
do
marriage
know,
for
I
a
just
living
flow.
too. I do it for a living too. Listen.
You do.
Listen.
But don't get upset if I said, did Minister LaJuan call you? Like, he ain't called me. Like, he said he's gonna call you. You a pastor.
No.
He ain't called me.
No. What happened was you were acting.
What happened is I misread the text.
Yes,
he
you
called
did.
Lewis.
And then you
He
didn't want
called
to say
Lewis.
you misread. I said
I
didn't get a call.
I thought he said he called you.
Well,
He
guess
said he
what?
called Lewis.
Y'all get to see this real live argument. Listen, it's not an
What
argument.
you
Listen.
No, what is she doing?
You know what?
She's trying to give me some.
Guess.
She's trying to give me some golden fish to eat.
Listen.
Yeah.
That was funny, but I'm happy you said you misread that text on here. But that's something else.
No, because he said he called, but he didn't
Yeah,
pick
but you
up.
were
So
acting like I was lying on LaJuan. Listen.
Yeah, and I was like, why are you mad? I mean,
I'm like,
you a pastor. He's supposed to be your sheep. Bad, he called it. You're like, he ain't called me. I'm like, I don't believe. I stood up for Minister LaJuan. I was like,
I know. And
he
even
ain't
LaJuan,
lying.
even Minister LaJuan was like, nah, I ain't called you. I ain't get a chance yet. I'm like, screenshot and everything. Send it right to you. Like,
we
see,
we don't need to be talking about Minister LaJuan because I'm sure he ain't on this Zoom right here. He probably teaches a class or something.
Listen, I want to get into what I want to talk about. You play too much. Just listen. So this is a very important question.
What do you have on your face?
Skin.
Nah, babe, you put something on.
No, I didn't.
You didn't put nothing on?
No.
You didn't put nothing on your face?
No, I did not.
Oh, I know what that is. That's that light then.
Hey, man, Christ is the light. You know what I'm saying?
Can you see my face?
I see your face.
It look good?
You look good, yeah.
Yeah, I tried something new. This is what I tried. Old lady.
What is that?
Old lady.
Oh, okay.
Anti-aging.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. So listen,
All I need is a light though.
Babe,
that's what you got.
You know what? I want you to listen to this because I think this is a very good question and a very good subject. Do you have to date someone before you actually marry them? Because
I can answer that real.
No. Listen, you can't answer that because
my father taught me. A man
me.
is supposed to have 80 gals.
Babe, stop playing.
A man's supposed to have 80 gals.
You know what?
What?
You know what?
That's what he said. Man's supposed to have 80 gals.
You're about to make the people say, "What happened to her guest?" Listen,
you going to delete me. You going to Minister Maris said, "Laugh out loud." I love this. You, Minister Maris, you want 80 gals?
Oh my goodness, babe, listen.
Minister Maris, hey Leon, you better hold on to her. She about to jump in the car.
I'm about to send my producer at you.
Oh, Kaya. Oh, Timmy.
Yes.
Timmy's trying to stay down here.
Yeah,
I like Timmy. I got this. Timmy babies me, but I love her.
We all baby you. But listen.
Okay.
I am teaching the girls that they don't have to be in a relationship with somebody because they want, to marry them. I believe that friendship builds the relationship. So you don't have to.
Let me tell you why I believe.
Let me finish.
From friendship.
Let me finish.
Real quick. I want to come on, babe. We do this.
Because you ain't quick.
I think what hinders people. Now I'm going to be blunt with you. I can't speak for women, but for men, I think what hinders friendship, men are afraid of falling in love with somebody they don't deem beautiful, or fall in love with somebody that they don't deem in a dirty magazine. And I think that hinders people from building true friendship because a lot of people, what people are not honest about, they won't even allow themselves to come to a point of love, because what love, I want to say is the right way, it makes you vulnerable. You have a need. I remember when I proposed to you, the word was meeting the need. Amen. And what the word was, when Yahweh gives you a need, and that's another thing. Your vision, your dream, Your promises should be a need, meaning you can't live without it. I'm not afraid to say I can't live without you, babe. But you still didn't answer the question about dating and all this stuff because I kept interrupting. But the thing is, with my daughters, it took a while for me to submit. But the fact of the matter is, we can't live their lives. And the fact of the matter is, they're going to make their own choices. And then when I think about my grandfather, Papa, your daughters can marry somebody that you might not fully agree with. Now we ain't got to worry about that with Doc, because Doc married a billionaire, so it's all good. So let's get that money. Let's get that money, Doc. Let's get that money. Hallelujah. But I think you need to go back to your first question because I kept interrupting you.
Because what I'm saying is, yes, I agree. We cannot live their lives, and that's why while they're
no, that's not what you're saying. You stole that from me.
Right? No,
that wasn't the question,
babe.
Yeah, you stole it.
Right, I did. But listen, I think it's very key that you said that, because that is a harsh reality. But
hey, Prophet Jackie came up. Jackie, I saw that picture where you got that shot in the arm, and all I saw
babe, no.
I was like, babe, oh my God, what's up with Minister Daniel not working out with Jackie? Babe, that's a form of discrimination. Go ahead. Go ahead, babe. I'm quiet now.
So the key thing is this. I'm teaching my daughters that you were the first male friend I ever had that never looked for anything outside of friendship. And that was very new. Like you don't usually have male friends who are willing to just...
I don't know if that's all true, babe.
That is all true. Can you...
No, you know I was sexually attracted to you, babe.
Can you... Yeah, but you were my friend, and you were not... Your interest...
And yeah, like you yelled at me because you like, who took that video you riding that bike? And when you didn't take pictures of yourself, she went off on me. She went off on me because I was so strict.
You wouldn't take your jacket off at my house.
I wouldn't take because I knew why you invited me to your house. That's why I had Porter there. Porter was my bodyguard.
You thought I didn't know you were bringing...
Porter ate the food.
I knew you were bringing Porter.
Huh?
I knew you were bringing Porter.
Yeah, I brought Porter everywhere I went.
That's what I'm saying. So don't
crazy,
try to act like
female who want to rape me being around by myself.
My...
You were barely saved. you were barely saved, man. Minister Dina just typed amen. I'm joking.
You know what?
What?
You know what?
But you gotta ask your question, babe. You know?
Yeah, you gotta be quiet for a second. So,
Eli putting up funny faces, and he come to church with 5 girls. And like, who you dating, Eli? He like, all of them.
This is not Zoom.
Oh, this is not Zoom. That's right. This is Instagram.
Right. Yeah. So you gotta let this show play out. You're taking up the whole show, and we didn't get to half of the stuff I want to talk about. So let me just get this out.
Yeah, you can go. This goes for an hour. I mean,
let me just get this out. What I want to say is, I teach our daughters that they don't have to be sex objects to be friends with someone, because a person...
And there's nothing wrong with being sexy. That's what I teach them. And
right.
I also teach
Not
them,
saying that.
Let me tell you what I tell my daughters too. You don't have to look like a bum around the house. You know?
Right.
And what I mean by that, you want to start good habits and so forth, you know?
Right. That's definitely that's powerful, because you're teaching them that they have to look good for them. And so the thing is, what you were a friend, and what you were most concerned about for me is salvation. I had never had someone who cared about my well-being like that, you know. And this, I'm talking about even like within.
You said your brother cooked for you when you're pregnant, but go ahead.
I couldn't date my brother, all right? So that's not the same thing.
Hey.
That's not the same thing. Will you just own that you were a good guy? Can you you own
No,
it?
I'm joking around. Well, I really do believe in friendship, but then again, I think when I look back on it, I don't want to start crying or anything, but my mom was a good friend. My mom was my mom was the best. My mom was just before her time. My mom befriended every gay person in the church. Just about I'm just keeping it real. You know, they would come over the house. When I mean they would come over the house, they were dating, you know. They were definitely dating. I mean, they were dating because, you know, D dressed with her army jacket all the time, and you know, and they were very, very, very involved. And Ruben, he played the organ. So my mom has always been friendly. My mom has never had a conflict of being a great friend and Christ. Never had a conflict. As always, when you first came into the assembly, what still exists now, sometimes to a certain level, I want to make sure that everyone is received. But a lot of times we've had small ministry mentality. That's my bishop, and it kept us from growing. So I felt that I also had to protect you, you know, because you were a new soul, and somehow you became my Uber before Uber was ever out. You were my Uber driver before Uber ever was out, you know.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't understand how I got that position being new.
Nah, they probably knew. They probably could see right through you. They were deserving. Look where you at now.
They saw it through me, and you were needing a ride, but they saw it through me.
No. Nobody else. We were broke. Nobody else had cars.
You had a Scooby truck.
That was the church van. That we saw that as the we saw that at the church van. You know.
Right.
You used to drive with a Polo. And
yeah,
I always make jokes. I'm like, I know that Polo's got the smell. Because you were so short, you would sit in a Polo. That's before cars you could adjust them so perfectly, you know?
Right. Yep. And no, the pillow did not smell, just for the record. Otherwise, you wouldn't have been kept riding with me. But anyway, I want to touch some of these other points that
You didn't touch the first point about dating. You got to go back to that.
Okay, you have to let me get it out. I was just basically saying that you don't have to say or commit to a relationship where you have to say.
Yes, I think that's powerful.
Right.
Because you don't need that, because the friendship will do that.
Exactly.
You know? Because the first time you invited me to the movies, I said, I don't go to movies by myself. Do you remember that?
You didn't. That's not how that happened.
Yes. What? That's not? You took me to see that crazy movie, Urban Legend or something.
Yeah, we weren't by ourselves.
That's what I'm saying.
By the time I invited you to a movie, I already knew you came with like 15 people. So it was
oh, that's somebody else invited me to. That's somebody else invited me to a movie, and I told him I don't.
Yeah, see? Wasn't me. Listen, when you invited me to the movies, I was living in East Orange on Prospect. And I was so excited. I was waiting in the lobby. You came through the driveway to pull up to the front of the building. And I was like, oh, man, I'm nervous. You opened that door. It was like 15 people in there. I was like, this ain't no invitation to the movies. This is a church event. But
you know what's so deep is and it's sad that people, and that's why I'm so proud of Kaya. Friendships keep you. And that's why I encourage marriages to build friendships. Friendships keep you. And myself, Apostle Steve, and Apostle Ivan, we came from similar background, you know. And our friendships are what kept us. You know.
Right.
But again, I don't know about the other two. I got to speak for myself.
Oh my goodness.
I'm sure Eli got secrets. I don't know.
Listen, what you're saying is really deep, because and I talk about this a lot, like even to y'all squad. I tell them that, you know, friendship is not a bad thing. Like sometimes people feel like, oh
What
boy,
people don't
you
like
know,
about friendship is accountability, babe. They don't like
yes,
accountability.
but
True
we
friends have to
lack
be
that in a
accountable.
lot of people. A lot of people lack that. They don't have accountability. A lot of people sin together. And so that's where, you know, growth has to come in a friendship. And what a true friendship is, maturity in the friendship. Where we were all hanging together, but it was as if like once you leave, even in your workday, you held yourself accountable, and you're like, I got to keep true to my relationships.
I
We're
think,
all,
I
let me
think,
finish.
yeah, but let me get this out real quick. Come on, this is what we do. I think no, seriously, because I teach the name Yahweh and Yahshua, people are looking for me to fail. They're looking for a reason for me to fail. They need me to fail. So I demand intimacy and love in my inner circle. Now, with that being true, in the name of Yahshua, that alone, knowing that people want you to fail, that should protect you. And like I tell my daughters, I tell Jessica all the time, I don't care what other people think about me. That makes me stronger. People expect me to, Yahweh is telling me he's going to bless me in my youth. By the way, this is my youth. You know, this is my youth. So I'm looking for my blessings now. But true friendships, they keep you accountable, you know.
Right,
and
right.
So the blessing with me is when people don't want to be accountable, they don't communicate with me. So that's that's the blessing. People don't invite me in their dirt. It's a blessing because it's a blessing. People don't put me in their dirt. People don't call me to talk about other people. People don't call me to cuss people out. I love the character that I have, and I love what I invested in it. I cherish that, and I think it's the what I received yesterday was so powerful. One of the forms of judgment is losing intimacy.
Yes.
Losing intimacy, losing friendship. That's and that's, you can't let that leave. Definitely in a marriage, and not just a marriage, but you know, with our girls. So what I was praying yesterday, when I was driving Jag, I was praying, Yahweh, I want to be driving my stick 40 years from now, you know, because you got to move your arms and move your legs. And 40 years from now, Kaya's only going to be 49. So then I had to take it up. So now I got to take this up. To Kaya being 59. Eventually, I'm gonna take it up to 65. And for you who like cars, so they're coming out with a new gasoline, and it's Porsche's leading the way. So I don't know if I sent it to my sister, but they're coming with a new gasoline that's going to be it's going to be friendly. It's going to take carbon dioxide out of the air, you know. But anyway, say real quick, 70% of all Porsches ever made are still on the road. Because of that, they're like, we don't want all those people to transfer over to electric. They're coming up with this. Right now it's too expensive. Right now it's I think it's something crazy like $90 a gallon. But anyway, I do that anyway. Okay, babe. Yes. So I believe that we can tell our daughters, hey, wow, your eyes are so small. When you did that, they almost competed with your cheeks. Do it again. What's wrong, babe? What's wrong?
Babe, stop playing with me, okay?
Oh, we just lost 5 people. They didn't like that joke. We went from 40 down to 35.
Because you play too much.
But what's so deep is when you have the friendship, it's gonna build the intimacy. And
Let me ask you a question.
I'll go deeper with that. Listen to this, babe. And that's why a lot of men push away from friendships too, because they're afraid of being intimate with another man. They're being afraid of being called gay. First of all, you should never be afraid of being called gay if you're gay. You know, wear it. Don't be afraid of it. I mean, don't take it wrong. I always say this: if I was gay, I think I would have to say it. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the whole definition of being a
Right.
Christian being truthful. You got to be truthful with yourself. But anyway, I feel that that's why a lot of men push away from friendship too, because what intimacy does, intimacy not only does it build a powerful friendship, but intimacy, you start to have feelings and emotions and cares, you know,
Right.
something in mind, and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
So that's powerful.
So let me ask you this: if you could give somebody advice as far as them actually knowing when someone is right to marry, if they're you know, saying, I wanted this person, if this is the right decision, what allowed you to actually know that you made the right decision when you said, nope, I'm going to propose to her?
Oh, you can't ask me that. I mean, everything I do involves Yahweh. So,
Right.
you know, I mean,
Which is a great answer.
yeah, but I'm well, it's a great answer, but for those who are not religious, you know, but I put Yahweh in everything I do. Matter of fact, and you know this to be true, I wouldn't communicate. I only communicate with people Yahweh tells me to communicate with.
Right.
And even when I work with one of the last last powerful conversations I had with Dame Dash was that I don't feel led to go to Wyoming. I'm with my family. I'm having the time of my life. I have a very beautiful, loving wife. And I mean, very, very powerful. And it was very real. Right. And I was supposed to leave for the plane. I was all packed. I was about to call the taxi, and Yahweh told me not to go. And I didn't go, you know. And I think the hardest thing to do is to be somewhere you don't want to be, or to act like you're having fun you're not. So I said all that to say this: not just in relationships, but environment. Be led where you are. It's just like when I go to Missouri and Illinois, I'm already praying ahead of time. I'm already praying, mapping out. I don't have a problem that a lot of people don't like me. So I'm always on guard about who's not going to receive, so forth. The other thing is I am going into an environment where I have no friends. I have no friends. I don't know anyone. I knew Elder Vernon. I don't know anyone. So everything I say, everything I do, well, you know, military kicks in, babe. You know that. So I'm gonna be in full-blown military mode. Stay alert, stay alive, and so forth and so on. But the bottom line is, you discern. But what happens is, people push away from intimacy, and a lot of times they push away from intimacy because, remember, hallelujah, man is trichotomy: spirit, soul, and body. So you could be receiving something spiritually, but your flesh, your body could be giving you different signs and different emotions. But very, very powerful, and that's something that I want to instill in our daughters. And I want to say this too. You ready to hear this? This is powerful. Decision making. If you're a bad decision maker, that carries into relationship. Right. People who make bad decisions usually also make bad decisions in relationships.
Wow.
Notice, and you know, they want to, don't blame the person, blame yourself. And you'll see that it's not just in relationships. It's in other areas of your life that you make these bad decisions. And sometimes it can be seen through a person's anger, through their emotion. They're bad decision makers and so forth. Right. What I would say though, I would encourage everyone to know themselves, to know who they are before they marry someone else.
That's very true.
Yeah.
That's very true.
You know, nothing like having an awakening and you're like, oh my, I've been married 5 years. You know, you wake like,
I think to know to make sure that you know who you are is very important. That's something
You know
else
what that word is called, babe? It's called maturity.
Right.
People should not get married unless they are mature.
Right. Right.
To know themselves, to know who they are, you know? And you don't know yourself if you're becoming someone else's image of who they want you to be.
Wow.
That's not you. That's you becoming who, and some people, I hate to say it, they waste so much of their life doing that and find out that person wasn't worth that. And that has to hurt, you know?
Wow. That's very true.
That would be hurtful if you had 10 kids across town I didn't know about. That would be hurtful.
Or you. I already told you.
Yeah, right? Eddie Murphy's movie,
Ring
right?
this bell.
You have a
ring
son.
this bell.
You have sons in Africa.
Nobody will ring this bell. Know that. But
hey, nothing wrong with a blood test, but go ahead. Maury like, and you are not the daddy.
Won't he do it? Won't he do it?
I'll never forget that time when Benny's mother and her friend Veronica was like, Bishop, me and Veronica, we got in the spirit that you do have a son. You just don't know. I just thought that was racist. Racist.
Okay, listen.
What? Okay, because I'm black. You're going to tell me I got a son somewhere?
Babe. Okay.
What? I'm
listen.
keeping it real.
Listen.
Yep.
Okay. So basically, you made me forget what I was going to ask you.
Go back to your bullets. You said you had them.
I do. But listen, I want to talk about the identity part because that's very key. There are so many different roles you take on when you marry someone. Because you not only you take on the role of a wife, yeah, but then you also take on the role of a mother.
Yeah, I got married and didn't even know I married a rapper.
Hey, I didn't even know you married a rapper.
Hey.
But the whole thing is that's what the whole subject matter is about tonight when you marry a boss. Because though it wasn't an easy thing to come into
I like that. That's the next thing I'm gonna tell Jessica. Jessica, be a boss.
Right. When you come into a marriage, especially coming into a marriage where you already had, like, I'm gonna just say, a fan base, and then you were the head of a ministry, that's a lot, and you cannot be insecure and you can't be immature.
Yeah, but you started off negative because every time we got into a disagreement, like, I knew this was gonna work. I knew it.
Who said that? You
said that. Even all the way up because we got into a big fight before we got married. The day before we got married. The night.
Right, the day I let you walk and find your own tuxedo place because you was getting smart. Y'all remember that?
Oh, I was real mad, babe.
I
was gonna call off the wedding. I was making phone calls. You don't remember? I was making phone calls. I was like, I'm gonna find one person who's gonna say she a liar. That's it.
You were always calling off the wedding, and after we got married, you were calling off the wedding. But I learned a lot through that almost getting divorced after you finally found.
Well, you know what it is too. Let's be honest. You really catered to me because even when I walked from Maplewood past Springfield Avenue. I walked past Springfield Avenue all the way to Bloomfield to my office. And you came to the office and you just snuggled up to me. And you would always, after a big fight, you would snuggle up, tell me how much you loved me and all that stuff. You know, you made my head big. I'm like, man, she really loved me. You know, she really loved me.
Yeah, so, I couldn't believe you actually walked across town.
Yeah, I got it from my dad. My dad could walk. Yeah.
But what I learned.
I want to tell you, so in high school, we used to joke a lot. So we always joke on the way home.
I learned.
Well, come on, hold on. We joking. So we hiking. So then Link, he gonna like, yo, there go your father right there walking. Oh, man, I went off with him. Guess what? It was my father walking. He took the train to work that day.
Oh, you thought he was calling somebody else? Your dad just hiking?
Yeah, I thought he was hiking. Yeah.
But listen, what I want to say about the almost getting divorced in the beginning of our marriage, I learned a lot from that, because it was, you know, you start to reevaluate certain things, and you think about it and you say, is this divorce really going to be worth it? Is this going to be worth it? And then, you know, I started to say to
You would
myself,
have went to hell.
where
I
can
felt
I
so bad. You gonna
change?
go to hell.
Where can I change in order to make my marriage work on purpose?
Why well, always make you mad? And I always say your brother raised you. Your brother, and this part was true though. And women who hated men. You come from a family of women who hated men, you know, and so forth. And sometimes you have to. I don't come from a family like that.
Right.
Even my dad being bad, nobody hated him. Maybe Allison, I didn't. But you know, you didn't allow that that hatred in. You know, actually, you didn't hate any of your family members. You know.
Right. Right. And
mm-hmm.
The thing is, you have to mature into a space where you say, no, I'm not going to do this.
One of the things I tell you, babe, one of the things I tell you, I said there's a lot of women in the ministry who don't want to befriend you because they don't want to hear your advice, and they don't want to hear your advice in marriage. They don't hear your advice in ministry or in anything. And but take that as a positive. You know, you take it as a positive, because, you know, it's better for someone not to communicate than to deal with fakeness. But that goes back to the whole thing you were saying about friendship again. There are certain people, they don't build the friendships that are going to make them productive. And that's what I want our daughters to do. A friendship should always add to you. So, you know, Kaya, she's on some game with Abby, and they're getting into it because they told everybody in the game that they're a team. So people were saying that's against the rules. They're like, there ain't no rules saying we can't which call. But the thing is, what I said, you want to confess that you and Abby are going to be business partners. Confess that you and Abby are going to be billionaires together. You know, you take that friendship to a whole new level, where you're not afraid to say this friendship is going to be healthy, good, and productive, and the friendship is going to make us wealthy, and bringing you back again. And that's the blessing. The people who don't want to befriend you, you know, and so forth and so on, you know.
I agree. I think you know, that doesn't bother me, and that you just
don't bother you because you got a cold heart. You're cold-hearted.
No, I'm not cold-hearted.
You're cold-hearted.
I am not.
You're cold-hearted. You're cold-hearted. Maybe some people don't want to befriend you because they want to sleep with your husband, you know. And
that's possible too. But guess what? Like we always talk about, and me and you have relationship where we talk about real subjects. We talk about honest things, and that's what another part that I didn't get to. But I'm gonna say this real quick. One thing you taught me is, and I
taught you how to bathe. I taught you how to wash.
Teach me how to bathe. Quit that line.
Okay. All right.
Listen.
I thought it did.
No, you did not. Listen.
Some people need to teach them how to bathe. Go bathe. Go ahead.
Quiet. Listen. One thing that I think really stood out to our engagement / marriage was when you said, there's nothing that you can tell me that's going to deter me from our marriage, but I need to know everything, because I don't want to look like a fool ever in front of someone. That's so powerful, because I never imagined being that open with anybody. So when me and you were talking about everything and just saying, nope, we make this oath with each other. We make this promise to each other that we're never going to be anywhere and somebody's going to know something about me that you don't know, or somebody's going to know something about you that I don't know. And that is like, that within itself, it opened me up in a whole new way to you, because it was like, no, you really got to trust somebody to open up.
Now,
like
you want to hear something? I don't know if I recommend that now. And I want to say why, okay? Because a lot of men are insecure. And what do I mean by that? There's a lot of men, okay? When men, you know, it's okay. You're encouraged to have sex 1,000,000 times, so forth and so forth. It's not right, but it's looked upon differently. A man having many sexual partners and a woman having many sexual partners.
Right. That's true.
So the thing is, you don't fall in love with a person or walk in love with a person based on their past, because you weren't in their past.
Right.
I asked you that after we were engaged. I didn't ask you that before we were engaged.
Right. That's what
I asked you that after we were engaged, and a little bit before we got married.
Right.
And the thing is, I believe that it's different. You know what I'm saying? What I mean by different, it's different because you don't fall in love with a person because of their past. You know, I remember that we were sitting in the car. I don't remember. We were sitting in the car.
Yes, I do.
When I asked you that question.
Right.
Sitting in your car, I think.
Right.
You know, it could have been anybody else's car. But I viewed that as a test that I didn't need to give you. You know, I mean, you didn't give me a test like that.
But listen, that's deep, because look, you viewed it as a test, but it was something that I needed, because I was someone
you needed, because I think that person had to fully die.
Right.
And why are you laughing?
Allison rode Moan's car. She's
Hey, I just got it, babe. That car was green.
Yes.
And the Jaguar is green. And my dad, when I got the CT6, he said his favorite color was green. That car was green. Yeah.
That was our first family car. That was the first family car.
Pay that car off and everything. Yeah. And so on.
What I'm saying is, though you viewed it as a test, I viewed it as something that I needed, because it allowed me to really pour out myself. Yeah,
but see, I think I'm also saying it too, because I don't want any married people going back to that mate like
yeah, no, please don't.
Yeah,
please don't. We just talking about us.
Especially if you slept around with people in the church.
No, we
and now those people is married. It's like no, Hamsalah, no, no, let it die. Let it die. What's that tree movie, the Lorax? They saw and they let it die. No, do not say how many men you slept with in the church.
No. Okay.
And don't say how many men you slept with in the church if you're a woman.
All right, that's enough of that, because we got like 5 minutes left before they cut us off. We went a whole hour, which I think was pretty cool and definitely needed, where people got to really see us in our space. Like, you are my best friend. I can't imagine life without you. I mean, I can't
that's
even
what
imagine.
Marriage should be. You shouldn't imagine. I tell y'all all the time, I don't want another wife.
Oh man, you need to tell Yahweh that, because I ain't playing with you.
Yep. And I tell Satan, hold off on them 80 gals.
You need to tell Satan that too, because I ain't playing with you.
I like, Satan, get thee behind me.
That's right. Name me out too.
They're like, let me see one of them gals, Lord, stop. Let me see one of them gals. Let me see one of them gals. You know, I always say this, you know, and I teach this too. You don't know if you're going to be a dirty old man until you get old. And I think that's something that it goes back to what I was saying before about maturity. You know, about
You
maturity.
better be clean on purpose. That's what I know.
Maturity. Well, you know me. Right now we talk all the time. I'm not going. I don't need to counsel a 20-year-old, teenagers.
That's right. That's the setup.
Enough. No,
that's
seriously.
The setup.
That's
the setup.
I don't need a secretary. I think people tell on themselves, even in ministry.
That's right. I'm the secretary.
Even in ministry, I don't believe a pastor needs to communicate with teenagers. There's enough people in the ministry to do that, you know, and so forth and so on. And I joke on this, but you know, and we said this. I have what I need. So my friendship level is, I'm not going to, we talk about this, babe, you know, it's full, you know,
Right.
It's full where we are now. And that's how come I have no fears whatsoever of failing when I'm a billionaire. I have no fears whatsoever because I don't.
2 minutes. Wrap it up.
Okay, this is your show. Go on.
I don't want you to get cut off because you know you got.
Babe, I'm not the only one getting cut off. You're gonna get cut off too.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You got sermon in you, so you just go like you.
No, this is how we talk.
Right.
So that's what come with. I'm like, man, she want me on her show to take up the ratings. She want me on her show, you know, and so forth and so on, you know.
Tell the truth, shame the devil. Hallelujah, won't he do it? I want to thank you, babe, for coming on here because I was really excited. A couple of times you were looking like, okay, I'll come on. But no.
I wasn't feeling it at first.
I know you were hating on me. But listen.
Not hating on you. It's just that it's like I always say, we got a full schedule. Now I got to watch something else. So I usually,
look, they're going to cut us
you didn't say I was hurt. Y'all kicked me out of the room.
Hey, you love everybody. You guys, we love you. Thank you for tuning in.
And pray for my trip.
Yes, please pray for babe. We love you guys. Thank you so much.
Yahweh bless.
Shalom.
Shalom, shalom.
Satan, I'ma knock you out. Yahweh says knock you out.